There's not so much summer left. There really isn't. You can count down the weekends we have left here, and everyone's trying to have a wedding that they couldn't have last year. But what about having just fun outside that you're supposed to have? I think we're going to have at the Old Capitol. Blues and Barbecue is going down this weekend in Springfield. Barry Friedman from it. Barry, you're pumped for this weekend. It's a big one. Anna Popovic on the 27th. Big Head Todd and the Monsters on the 28th.
Yeah, we're excited about this. This is our 17th event, with the exception of last year. So it would be 18, but we're going to go back to 17.
If you roll over, who's counting?
Yeah, I mean, and nobody can count anyway. So, I mean, unless they use a calculator. No, we're looking forward to it. We always call this the end of the summer, big bash. We usually have a great crowd. People have been very supportive of this, and we're bringing in 2 major acts, and we still have other acts besides them, but it's always fun to talk about the acts that are actually nationwide acts.
Anna Popovic, quite the sultry blues voice, a unique one too, from Serbia.
Yeah, she's originally from Serbia. She's big, tall girl, and I mean, not hard to look at. And that's why there's a lot of guys that come and watch her. But she's been touring for 20 years. Springsteen said she's one of the best guitar players he's ever seen. She's been on the cover of every guitar magazine there is. She's just high energy, just downright dirty blues. I mean, she's nominated again this year for Blues Artist of the Year. This is her 8th time. So this isn't just like somebody that we just picked up and said, hey, she's a national act that we're lucky to get in here.
This isn't just the pretty face that can play music. She's awesome. a great musician.
Right, right. She is one of the best guitar players around.
Absolutely. I've heard about her for quite some time and heard about, honestly, I think the great thing about any blues band, and this is why I think this combination is particularly great, is it's very rich in the sound. When you hear it and you see it live, blues music, when it's played very, very well, is very, very fun to see live. I think it's one of the better genres of music. And then on top of it, doesn't hurt that there's a whole bunch of good food there too.
Yeah, I mean, we have tons of food. I mean, it's been a hard year for people that have like small festivals and stuff like that to get vendors. We're lucky enough to have over 15 vendors, which is a lot, this time of year. And a lot of these people haven't really worked in a year. I mean, they've worked, but they haven't done their food trucks. They haven't done their stuff. So they're going to make some good money, and there's going to be so much food out there, so much barbecue. Probably no pumpkin spiced barbecue. I hope not. But
not yet. Not yet.
I'm not going to say no.
A sliver, a pumpkin spice anywhere in the greater Springfield area until at least late September.
We're not even going to have Oktoberfest beer. I refuse to have that this early.
Were they trying it? Were they trying to push it?
Oh, they're saying, well, hey, it's out already. I go, I know, but it's summer. Let's, it's not October. By October, then it's Winterfest. So I don't understand.
We have fruit in our beer until the leaves fall on the ground.
Yeah, you're gonna have a shandy, and that's it.
Tell me about some of the vendors that you guys have here, because obviously the music is going to be fantastic. We'll talk about Big Head Todd and the Monsters here in a minute, but you mentioned some of the vendors coming back. This is a special time for them. Like you said, they haven't been out there in a long time.
Yeah, they haven't been out there. I mean, there's some people that have done this. They do it all year long, on weekends and festivals and stuff like that, and they haven't been able to do it. I mean, we were worried about getting people because we didn't find out till June we were going to do it, which made it hard to book bands and book everything else, and then try to get all the vendors. They got to, they got to re-register with health departments and everything. So they're coming back. They're excited. They're loading up. The weather's going to be fantastic. So we've got old time barbecues going to be around. We've got all kinds of barbecue guys, and then there's stuff for people that don't want to eat barbecue. For the kids, they can get chicken, they can get corn dogs, they can get that. Colors of French fries are coming from the fair, straight to the fair to our place, and they're a popular thing. So there's going to be lots of food and lots of drink. Budweiser's our main sponsor. They've got all kinds of beer out there. We have a wine tent. We have a vodka tent. So there's a little bit, and then there's soft drinks. Obviously, we're not going to exclude anybody, but we try to give a little bit of everything, and hopefully there's something for everybody out there if they want a different kind of food. But then the music's the driving force behind everything, I think.
You can indulge with your mouth, and then you can indulge with your ears. There's plenty of things here. All the senses are paid off here. Big Head Todd and the Monsters, I think, is probably one of the more just incredible bands from the 90s that's still out there making great music. And you guys got an exceptionally strong act here on Saturday night. Yeah,
they're fantastic. And they're a band that has kind of like a cult following. I mean, people follow them all around. They just sold out Red Rocks 2 nights in a row. I mean, for a band from the 90s does not sell at Red Rocks that often and for 2 nights in a row unless they're really good. We were lucky enough to have them a few years ago. We usually don't book bands this close together. but it was a hard year to book. You know, some bands weren't touring. They didn't know what they're going to do. And these guys were so good to work with. We called and said, hey, could you do this? And, you know, for our festival, they brought over 8,000 people downtown last time we did it. And that's a lot for downtown Springfield. I mean, the streets were full. People can sit on the old Capitol lawn. They can bring chairs, they can bring blankets, and, you know, they can have their wine sit out there. They can get up and dance. So there's plenty of room to spread out, and they're so good. They're just fun to see. If
you're a fan of the music and you have that person that's really just there to do the Instagram story, TikTok thing,
right?
The scenery, the aesthetic is going to be there. Like, I mean, they're going to have plenty of things they can put on to just brag to other people who aren't there about it.
I mean, it is amazing to see the amount of people that'll be there. I mean, I introduced them last time, you know, 3 years ago. I stood on stage and I just it was 2 blocks long, all the way around the old state capitol, everything else. Just, you know, people know of this band. I mean, again, yes, they played in the 90s, but they didn't sell out and just go purely commercial. They've stayed true to kind of the blues. They had a couple big crossover hits, but you know, they've even said, this is what we want to do. We want this kind of crowd. We want this kind of people. You know, we're not going to make music. We want to make the music we want to make.
No, you're not getting nuggets here. You're getting the full chicken. You're getting, you know, you're not getting a little piece of steak. You're getting the full thing. And I mean that just in terms of the music. Obviously the food's going to be there.
Right.
Fantastic. So and I like this too. On Friday, you're not doing it like, oh, you got to be there at noon. Friday, it's perfectly timed. 5 p.m. Anna Popovic, come out, get something to eat. You can enjoy it. You get a full evening. Saturday, all right, you want to do the full day, you get the whole day off. Perfectly timed. You know, everyone thinks you got to do these long marathon thing.
No.
Especially when you have all that food, too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's hard for all them to do that and everything else. You know, like Friday, we open at 5. The music will start at 6. We've got 3 acts that night, so they'll just go boom, 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 and Anna Popovic will close us out that night. So you can go home and rest. And, you know, that's $10 to see 3 acts one night. Then the next night, you know, we open at 2, music starts around 3:30. We have a local blues challenge. So, you know, you get that. And then we have, you know, 3 big acts that night, and it's $15 that night. And that's for everything. You know, getting in, you can hear all the bands, and then you don't have to spend any more money unless you want to drink or eat. But I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't, but you know, it's pretty cheap to see Big Head Todd for $15.
It's pretty cheap. It's pretty fun, man. Yeah. Is there one specific barbecue dish that who's been behind this for so long, and you're excited, and you know that vendors coming, and you get that salivating feeling you get with barbecue, right? Where right before you get really antsy, because it is one of those foods you get excited to eat. Because
there's a couple. I don't want to single out anybody, but I'm a brisket guy, and if I can get some good brisket, I know some people love ribs, but I'm brisket, and so I don't want to make anybody mad, because I want to go try both of them and see if they can outdo each other this year. But I look forward to it, because you're outside, you're having a beer, you're listening to great music, and just getting a plate of barbecue and having it. It's just awesome.
Absolutely. Once again, Old Capitol Blues and Barbecue is going down this weekend. We will have all the information up for you on our socials. Also, with this video, we'll drop the videos, the links in the comments for you as well.
Great.
And super affordable too. Like really, really affordable. Yeah. I think especially in Springfield, we gotta love when things come to us that are really cool. We don't have to travel too far. We don't have to do the St. Louis thing. Around this time of year, people like getting to the end of the summer, like, God, we didn't get the Chicago trip. And this is something that's really fun. It's coming to you. You don't have to go far for it.
No, you just have to come downtown.
I think that makes it even better.
Yeah, just come downtown. It's, you know, there's parking everywhere. Everybody says, oh, there's no parking. Well, you can't park right downtown because that's where the festival is. But, you know, if you have to walk a whole block and it's free parking, you know that I don't feel bad for you. You can't say, oh, I couldn't get there, I couldn't park anywhere. You can park wherever you want, you know, and it's free. So come on down. All you have to do is come down. It's $10 Friday, $15 on Saturday. That's, you know, it was $10 getting the fare before you did anything, you know. I mean, you know, then you had to pay for a concert or whatever you wanted to do. So
gotta love it. Once again, this Friday and Saturday in downtown Springfield, Old Capitol Blues and Barbecue. Barry, thank you so much for the time, man.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate you having me on.